Hi guys, welcome to Musician Live. This is your guitar instructor, Sisa. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like the content that we share. And also comment as many times as you can so that we can be able to look into some of the requests that you may have for us. So guys, today's lesson is a bit different. We are going to talk about playing lead, maybe let's say lead lines, to simplify it, lead lines in worship. So I know many times we want to play stuff, but you find that maybe the MD will feel like, no, not that. Try this. So we should be flexible enough to listen to that and be able to play what they're saying. Because the one key thing in playing lead on any song is melody. You need to understand melody. After understanding progression of the song, you need to understand the melody or build a certain melody. If you are able to build it, you can build the melody, create the melody. Or if there is already a melody playing, then you need to play that melody or around that melody. Sometimes you may find that you're just harmonizing on the melody. So most of the time it would be the MD or whoever is in charge of directing the music, who will really be highlighting also, okay, this is the places where I need you to highlight. Or sometimes, yes, there's those details which we are required to highlight on. Maybe let's say it's a dynamic, we all need to play the dynamic. Also there, you are requested maybe by the MD to either play exactly what they are playing or harmonize. So your lines may sound different there. Not different maybe in a way that doesn't fit, but different in a way that you are harmonizing what everyone else is playing. And maybe it may change with time. During the rehearsals, maybe if tomorrow or some other day, you may have to change that and play something different. It's still good. It's part of the journey of playing lead guitar. So what we basically need to understand is that melody is key. You have to understand melody. And maybe let's say you are playing maybe let's say we're playing a song in maybe in the key of E. Or let's say maybe if I can make an example of the song by Kenan Nyati, Umusa Phezu Komusa. So if you listen to that song, it was played, the guitar was played by Sipho Makutulela, if I'm not mistaken. So what you hear mostly in the song, yes, he's playing all those lines, he fills in those spaces, but most of the time he comes back which means umusa phezu komusa. So whatever he plays, he will somehow resolve to that. And it's important because it also gives color to what everyone else is playing. So you first find the melody and then be able to play along that. He doesn't play the melody all the time, but you hear in his lines that he is actually coloring what everyone else is playing. Sometimes you may hear a bit of some chord work there. It's part of what he's playing. It's part of him coloring the music. So maybe let's say you are to take a solo. Also on a solo, you need to understand that you should have a good intro of the solo. You also need to then have a melody of the solo, or maybe anything that you can be able to figure out to put into that solo so that it sounds interesting. Or maybe let me make an example of something that is different. Maybe let's say "Bread of Life" by Fred Hammond. So the chord work is. So because I think it's who's this guy, Lawrence C. Jones, who plays for whom I've seen many times play for Fred Hammond. So one performance, just to make an example, in one performance he was playing this song, and it was time for him to not to take a solo, but to actually move into playing lead guitar, like more with the distortion. And what he simply did is to just play the melody. And in this case, he chose to play what they were singing. Oh, sorry, it's in the key of E flat. So you hear something like that because the song is it's bread of life. So what he plays is really basically what they are singing, but in a melodic way, because the progression is. So and he plays. So already he has a melody. Whatever he does, whatever he plays, whatever he adds, he has a melody to resolve to. So that makes the solo or whatever you are playing at that time, maybe it's the climax of the song, it makes it more interesting because there's something that is memorable. So one other thing to note is that we are not just playing for musicians. We are playing for the mere listener, someone who doesn't maybe understand chord work or scales or anything. So most of the time, we don't consider those people. Yet those are the people who really are the majority in actual fact. So most of the time, we tend to play for other musicians, which is good. But what it will really shine is something that is memorable, something that is one can be able to sing. So that's what we need to consider. And most of the time, we must play something that will be easy to catch. It's a hook. They call it a hook most of the time. You have a hook for that particular song, and then do whatever else you want to do. But come back to that thing that will make people, maybe even if they don't remember the lyrics of the song, but they will be able to actually remember that hook. Or even if they don't remember the whole solo, but they remember at least that part. That's why I'm able to remember this solo by, these lines by Lawrence C. Jones, because he was around the melody. He didn't go too much. He did everything else, which is interesting, but comes back to melody, which is very key. So I hope that today's lesson was very helpful, and please do remember to like, subscribe, also share the content, and comment as many times as you can so that we can be able to look into the requests that you may have. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much. See you in the next lesson.